It's not music's not coming through.
some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
What is going on, crypto fam? We are working through all kinds of audio issues. I did a little bit of an update on OBS, so kind of working through that, but we got a lot of big news to talk about today. Bitcoin is exploding through the roof. We're up over 66K. It is nice to see that. So hopefully you guys are still in some nice long positions, and we got to look at the charts. We got to talk about it. Where can we go from here? Because it is a happy day, and there's a little bit in the news too. Larry Fink was in the news. He was talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and how they can be an asset all on themselves or all on their own. And then, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. So let's go ahead and bring up the man, the myth, the legend, Detroit's own FD White. Let's go. And of course, he is nothing but a glass cup right now. We're going to fix that though. Like I said, I'm working through some things. Oh man, I got to upload everything again, but we're going to do it live. We're going to work through it today, fam. Don't you worry. We got this. Let's go ahead and find FD real quick. I can hear you, but they can't hear. So yeah, usually this pops up on its own. So that was the expectation. There you are. All right, man. I'm going to pass it over to you. I'm going to let you talk to the people a little bit. I'm going to make sure that all the other scenes are set up, and then we'll go from there.
All right, welcome to the Crypto Nightcap, man. Good evening, everybody. Sorry for the wait. Let's do some shout outs. Let's get it started with some shout outs, man. I seen some funny people in the chat, man. Some I think username said just pull out the camcorder. We can watch the grainy video. Noobs called us some noobs, man. So I haven't been called a noob in a long time, man. So it brought back some memories, man.
My man's talking about a dry run, bro. Do you know how busy we are collectively? Like, it's literally like 2 minutes before the show. We're like trying to scramble, get everything together. FD's got soccer on a Monday. Come on, dog.
Yeah, Monday is tough. Monday is tough, man. I luckily we started late because at 8:33 I was still stuffing my face with pizza, man. But shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Mike Play, sup fam, caffeinated crypto in the house, putting those coffee emojis in the chat, man. What's up, man? If I drink some coffee right now, we'll be up Crypto Nightcap all night. So we're not gonna do that. That's it. In the morning, will catch me in the morning, man. Buck, what's up, Buck? Wix, Wi-Fi 89. How you doing? Good evening, party people. Max H. Okay, I haven't seen you here in a minute. I think I've seen you here last week.
He's been in here. He's been.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Max H, how you doing, man? Sorry about that. Harp. Who else we got? Alexandra G, of course, the best mod in the house. Who else we got? Like I say, username. He said good thing about the nightcap never need to worry about being late. That is true, my friend. That is true. It's the nightcap. You don't have nothing else to do but put the kids to bed, put the dog to bed, the cat to bed, you eat your dinner, sit back, and we'll be right with you, man. So appreciate everybody for staying around, sticking around. Who else we got in the chat? We have, I thought I seen Joe in the chat. Yep, we got Joe in the chat. What's up, Joe, man? Joe is actually going to be on the show Thursday. Did I say Thursday? I think we set up Thursday. I sent that over to you, TradeFly. So we got to get Joe on the nightcap so he can tell us some good things about the chart, man. He's one of those guys who's going to keep it real and tell you everything you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. So shout out to Joe. We got Retro Mike Tech. Hey, Retro Mike Tech, I seen you getting a little bit. You was beefing with somebody on X today, man. You need me to drop some names on there? Let me know, man. I'll come over where you at and we can get it started, man. You know, I don't play about my community, man. I don't play about the academy, man. So shout out to Retro Mike Tech. Let me know what's going on, man. Let me know in the chat what was going on, Retro Mike Tech, and we can go from there. Wick 589 is also here. So I think that wraps it up, man. So hopefully, Merc, great channel. Nightcap is on the rise. Shout out to Merc, man. Merc, thank you for that. We are definitely on the rise, man. So just like Bitcoin, the nightcap is on the rise. Hopefully we can continue it, and hopefully Bitcoin can continue its ascension a little bit higher. But we talked last week, Thursday, I specifically told you, I said the last 2 weeks of October, I set it out and I spaced it out. I said the last 2 weeks of October is usually when October really starts. And right now, I mean, right on cue, we're playing out. So hopefully we can get this going and keep it moving. And we're gonna look at some charts, look at some news, and back over to TradeFly so he can get the nightcap started.
Let's get it. Yeah, almost. I think I got everything set up, so I think we should be good from here. And I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? But hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is truly appreciated. I am so happy you guys could be here on a Monday, getting this week started with, hey, Bitcoin on the rise. We got good news. I mean, it's a good day. So hopefully we continue this week, continue this month, keep it green. You know, that's what we want to see. So, all right, let's get over to the news. And first up, of course, click something I didn't want to. Let's go. Ha! All right. So just in, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF surpasses 1.6 billion in trading volume today. So that thing is moving, but that makes sense. There was a lot of volume that came into the market today. If you look at it, it's up, I think like 90 some billion just in the crypto market itself. That's not including the ETFs. So, I mean, there a lot of money moved in today. So very interesting. I'm not really sure exactly what the catalyst was for that, but we were expecting a green October. However, it has been a little bit of Dumptober, and now it looks like we're turning around, and we are going to make this Pumptober. So hopefully the last 2 weeks finishes out strong, because guess what happens after a green October? It's typically a green November and a green December. So if you get that green September followed by a green October, November, December typically are green as well. So we won't hang our hat on that, but history has a tendency to repeat itself. So be aware of that. All right, over to Cointelegraph, and Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari still considers Bitcoin worthless after 12 years. Come on, dog. You know what? You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. All right, look, we all know at this point it is not. When BlackRock's in the game and some of those other bigger institutions are in the game, Fidelity, Grayscale, everyone's kind of jumping on the train, we'll say, hey, my man, you got to get on the train and ride with us. Let's go. Bitcoin is on the move.
You got some new ones. I wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah.
You got some new ones for me, man. I'm about to take this hoodie off, man, and start dancing in a minute, man. Don't get me started.
Best soundboard in the game. Let's go. Best soundboard in the game. Hey, man, I mean, what do you think, dog? I mean, I know what you think. I know what everyone thinks. Bitcoin has value. Bitcoin, like, it's coming down to it. Does it have a lot of utility? That's up for debate, but right. In terms of it being a store of value, that's almost confirmed at this point. Like, people are using it as a safe haven to get away from, some of the traditional finances, as well as currencies, right? Like, people are turning to this to get away. It's almost like a hedge against some of these other assets. So, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think, they gotta talk their book too. Like they want people to buy treasuries. They want people to stay in the dollar. They want people to have faith in the dollar. They can't just come out and be like, yeah, Bitcoin is the best form of money we have. Like, and that's just gonna cause panic. That's gonna cause talking against their book. So of course he has to say that. I don't know if he believes it or not. He probably holds, multiple Bitcoins, probably. A lot of these big players, a lot of these big people who come out and say things about Bitcoin positively or negatively is usually the reverse of their real sentiment. So when they're
Hmm.
talking bad about it, that means they're trying to load up. When they're talking good about it, it means they're trying to make it go down, or they're trying to entice you to keep buying treasures, keep your faith in the dollar. So I don't believe it, man. After so long, we have ETFs, we have BlackRock behind it, talking about it's going to be a bigger or the same market cap as like a real estate market, I think I've seen. So it's a lot of
Yeah,
things.
dude,
It's a lot of things.
that was
Yeah,
Larry
it's
Fink.
yeah. So Larry Fink says something. Even though a lot of people think BlackRock is evil, they might be evil. They might be doing evil things, but you know, pumping out evil bags. You know what I mean? So I saw. That's all I'm really worried about right now. But in the long run, I hope it's not really something to where they're in the back, trying to devise their evil plan to take over the Bitcoin, take over the network, and just do all type of, eliminate everybody from buying it and things like that. So I'm just right now, this is why I think we're still early. When you still have people coming out talking like this, I think this is just means to, say that we're still kind of early. So I'm not too worried about him. He doesn't even have that much say in his own job, what he does. So him, Peter Schiff, it's a couple other guys out there who just, they just talking nonsense right now. It's solidified now, so it's nothing they can really say.
Right on, right on. All right, you know what time it is. Sound the siren. I don't even know if this audio is coming through. That's unfortunate. We're gonna fix that tomorrow, though. Don't you worry. All right. Well, the price goes up, and guess what? You start getting these little FUD articles. Not, I don't even know article. All right. We'll say post saying Bitcoin wallet holding 100 BTC has just been activated for the first time since 2011. So what? Cool, man. Like 100 BTC at this point, the way BTC is kind of flowing back and forth through the exchanges, that's nothing. That's nothing. Like that doesn't even get me shook anymore. I used to I remember people before, you would see something like this and you start seeing all the dump memes and just what's the one dude on the phone, he's like, dump it. You would see all that kind of stuff coming out, but bro, like this is what you got. And Cointelegraph, come on, dog, you trying to ruin a good time? We're having a good day right now. What are you doing over there? So, hey, nothing too crazy though. It's not bad news really. Uh it's just these little things you're going to start seeing, right? As Bitcoin goes up, price goes up, you got to have something where people are trying to bring it back down. This will have zero effect, I think, on the market unless you start seeing, a bunch of these. And I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think that, you'll start seeing that until we start getting around all-time high again. So if you push up to about 73K, then you're going to see a lot more of this because people will take profits. Especially when you get up to an area of resistance that we've already rejected off of. And that's a significant rejection too, right? So you got up to that all-time high. We had a really, pretty decent pullback. There will be people that do inevitably take some profits at that point. But this, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, man. FD, you got anything to add there?
No, I don't think it's a big deal. I think, a lot of times we see these things. You'll be surprised how much the whales are getting activated and they're moving, funds around and things like that. So I don't, when I see these things, I don't really get too hell bent on it unless it started going to exchanges. If in 100 is not nothing, like 100 Bitcoin is not really that much when it comes to the grand scheme of things. So if we have like 1,000, 10,000 Bitcoins hitting Coinbase exchange and things like that, then it's like, okay, now what's going on? But 100, it's not really, $6.5 million. Like that's not really nothing in the
Bro,
grand
people
scheme
do
of
that in
things.
one trade.
Yeah, I know some. Yeah, like we know people who would trade this on a daily basis. So it's not really anything that's that's
Yeah.
too concerning right now.
I mean, what was face trading? Was it 1 million or 10 million? I know it wasn't one for one because he uses
So the
leverage, but
yeah,
it was like a $10 million trade, right?
yeah, so it was about 10 million. I think the highest I've seen this year might have been
Yeah,
like 14, but he doesn't use like crazy leverage though. So he's
this
putting
is
up a
like
nice
10x.
amount.
Yeah.
So he uses I think around 9 or 10x,
Mm-hmm.
and then he goes from there. So he's putting up a nice amount, 1.4 million if he's getting 14 million.
That
So
boy's wild.
that's yeah. Yeah, he's a whole different. Hey, you win, you risk big, you win big,
That's
man.
it, man.
Shout
He's
out
done.
to my guy Face, man. He's one of the guys, man. He really helped me in my crypto journey and my crypto content creator journey behind the scenes, man. So if he sees this, man, shout out to Crypto Face, man. He don't gravitate towards a lot of people, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think he's commonly misunderstood at times just because he puts on a little bit of a show while he trades, right? That's just kind of part of it. It's like the entertainment aspect of it. But like behind like the camera or like you're talking one on one, he's a good dude. He's actually he's a
Man,
good dude. He's got a good
he's
heart.
one of my favorite guys in crypto.
Yeah.
Bar
So
none.
so right on. Cool. Alex O, what's up, brother? Nice to see you in the chat. Just want to give you a little shout out. Hope all is well, my friend.
Speaking of one of my favorite guys in crypto, man, Alex. Oh, what's up, man? Alex is actually coming over to the channel to do a little bit of trading education over there for my community. So make sure you be in tune to my channel over there. He'll be on this week. Shout out to Alex. Oh man, that's my guy. I've been learning a lot from him in the mornings. If you're not in tune to his morning show, you get over to his morning show. You get in front of your computer. You pull your pen and your pad out and you go learn for free because he's gonna teach you, man.
Yeah,
He's
he's
gonna
he's
teach you. He's a
dropping.
good dude, man. He's a good dude. He's a very good dude, man. So I'm gravitating towards the good people. It's a lot of people who know what they're talking about in crypto. I don't care. I'm gravitating towards the people who know what they're talking about, and they're also good people, man. So shout out
Yeah.
to Alex O as well.
Yep. Yeah. I instantly formed a pretty good relationship with Alex off Jump Street, man. Once I started mixing it up with people, me and Alex have kind of formed a friendship since like I don't know, it's been months ago at this point, probably like 5 or 6 months ago. So yeah, like you said, he's good people, so super excited for him. He's doing well. His channel's taking off. Wish him nothing but the best for sure. All right, username. You were asking for sharks with freaking laser beams. I got you, dog.
Frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
Yeah. All right. We got that out of the way. Hope you are happy. We got a tame username every once in a while. Give him cure his little itch, man. Give him something. So, all right. Let's what do we got next? Market pulse? I think we have the market pulse next. So go ahead and take a look at that. Righty, October 17th. So that's going to be on Thursday. You got retail sales month over month. I did talk about that one. I was on a show with Alex one time and this moved the market. It like dumped the market in one day. So keep your eye out on that. Not saying it's going to dump the market. Just understand that it actually can create volatility for the market. We got kind of sideswiped by that one. We were kind of laughing about it. Friday, October 18th, you got building permits. And then the following week, it looks like you got durable goods month over month, JOLTS job openings. No, that's the month after, or the week after that. So not going to go too far down that list. Let's go ahead and get over to the total market cap, which is at 2.3 trillion. That is up 5.39%. 24-hour trading volume, $95 billion, and that is up 97.78%. Let's see here. Bitcoin dominance is currently at 56.84%. That's an increase of 0.15% over the last day. Let's go ahead and look at the trending coins. You got Sui, that is down 4.31%. And again, this is, I think, interest, not the actual how much it's down. So Solana Swap, that is at 9.33, and Bitcoin at 5.68. All right. That is actually pretty close to the number that it's up. So maybe it is. Let's look at Sui real quick. I don't know how far Sui is down. Never mind. I'll look at it when we get to the bubbles. All right. Fear and greed index currently sitting at 56. That is neutral. So that is actually up and trending into the greed area. So we'll see if that continues its move to the right there. Looking at the bubbles, let's go ahead over there and whew, sea of green, baby. We got all kinds of stuff here. This is going to be the let's see, Coinbase top 100, and boom, that is up 43%. Mu is up 33. So meme tokens are moving. Turbo's up 33.2%. Anybody see that movie? Anyone got kids? Turbo? I don't know. It's a snail that races. Not gonna lie, I actually liked it. All right.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I seen it 8 times. Thanks to my kids.
There you go. There you go, man. All right. Sol, that's up 7.1. Bonk's up 13.3. Wild's up 13. WorldCoin is up 13.8%. BCH is a pretty big mover, 19.1%. Dude, I mean, everything is looking good. Jasmine's up 10.8. I'm gonna have to check my my portfolio, bro. I think today is probably gonna be one of the biggest swings of my portfolio in a long, long time because so much is up, you know, at least 5-10%. Hey, there you go. Polls up 3.4%. Not a big mover.
Oh, there you go.
Not a big mover, but I think you're getting close to recovering there, Mike. So
You know what,
hopefully-
TradeFly? I'm still looking at some coins that haven't moved. They still haven't moved, and
Fast.
that's why when people say, you know, like, "Oh, I missed the move. I missed the move." Like I'm looking at least 3 right now. I just turned on my trading view. While I pulled my my watch list out, and I'm seeing a few that haven't even really moved yet. So it's so much time, man. And if we do what we're supposed to do, man, all these pumps are just baby pumps in comparison to what could potentially happen. But we, like I always say, we do have headwinds. But going into the election, hopefully we can just get some massive pump going into the election and a little bit after.
There you go. I just going through the chat a little bit. Said FD got big praise from Investing Bros today. There you go. Looks like you got a little shout out. I don't know if you're tracking.
Oh
that
yeah,
or not.
those my guys over there, man. Shout out to T Shroom. Shout out to T Shroom. Look at that. I can't even remember the other one guy's name, man, right now. So
DA10.
shout out to T. Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
shout out to them, man. They I recently had a meeting with them and they were just telling me, you know, what to do. Just a little bit of YouTube content creator, you know, Mojo powwow, and they were just, you know, giving me a little bit of advice. Tim and T Shroom, man. Shout out to them guys over there, man. They just, you know, genuinely just helped me out. No strings attached, you know, and I appreciate that.
That's cool, man. That's real cool. I hung out with them down in Nashville, like you said. Good dudes. Really solid all the way around. So hung out with them a couple nights, went out to dinner. They even actually let me come with them on a meeting that was pretty important in their world. So won't really say like who or what, but it was really cool of them to just let me kind of tag along and kind of, you know, see the workings in the background. But yeah, much love for those dudes. Again, it's a pretty cool community we got going on here. So all right, let's look at some of your top coins. You got Bitcoin. That's sitting at $65,931. It is up 5.4% for the day. Ethereum's at $2,623. That's up 6.9%. BNB is at $589. That is up 3.3%. Solana is at $157. That's up 6.8%. XRP is up to 54 cents, and that is up 3.6%. Still between 50 and 60 cents, even with that move. Dogecoin is making it out of 10 cents. Congratulations, Doge. You are now at 11 cents. You have done it. Up 7.5% for the day. Tron is actually down 1.1% at 15.9 cents. Toncoin at number 10, that is at $5.30, and that is up 2.5%. Cardano is at 36 cents, and that is up 5.3%. AVAX at number 12, that is at 28.97%. Hopefully we can see that get up around $30 again. And then that is only up 0.28% on the day. Shiba Inu, that is at a bunch of zeros and a 1.8, and that is up 7.6%. Bitcoin Cash is a big mover, up to 300 and well, now 379, and that's up 18.3%. And at number 15, Chainlink, $11.31, and that is up 6.1%. All right, there you go. I may have misread one of those. I think I might have read the hourly, so might be. All right, let's go over the liquidation heat map and look at that. All right, on the 3-day, you can see we had some liquidity to the top side, man. This thing just ran up. So we went horizontal a little bit, and then we just got a nice run up. So the trend is up and right currently, just clearing out liquidity on its way, but you do have some pit stops underneath of it, right? So not really, take that back, not really pit stops, right? People are going into leverage long positions with that big move up. All right, so it cleared out liquidity, but then added liquidity in the same spot. Very, very interesting to see that. So we'll have to look at the chart and see kind of what is around 63.6 and why you see liquidity getting cleared out and then you see liquidity getting added. My guess is we've taken an area that was resistant, we flipped it into support, and people took leverage positions at that area. So if you go a little bit down though, below the price action, you got a lot of liquidity building up around 62,000, 61.8 or so. But you can see liquidity is kind of, it's fizzling out a little bit, right? So you got those big moves up. It's really hard to say that we're going to go chasing the liquidity once we've kind of cleared a lot of it out. So a lot of times I look for that, right? And I talked about that when we moved down. We started kind of getting to the point where you didn't see liquidity building up anymore. And that might be an indication that you can have a reversal. So once you see the map kind of getting cold, it's not hot anymore, there's no more liquidity for it to chase, it's only one element that you can look for. So you're looking for support, maybe you're looking for some fibs, you're looking, whatever you use as a metric or as an indicator on your charts, you can add liquidity to that and see like, okay, do we have any more liquidity? Is it kind of getting dried out? Are people getting beat into submission essentially and just kind of giving up? And it seems like every time people start to give up, you see those big moves for price action.
Man, we said that TradeFly. We said as soon as the market lulls you to sleep, boom, it happens, and then you feel like you missed a move,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wait for a pullback, and this isn't a pullback, and then it goes up some more, and then you buy, then it's the top, and then it rolls over, and it's just it's a doom loop, man. So you just got to just one of the best things to do is DCA. Like honestly, like
Yeah, no doubt.
I've been trying to implement that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you've
No,
been
you're
making
good.
some great points. So I just had to chime in with my little 2 cent right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's big, and I've kind of taken. I haven't DCA'd in like every week. What I'm doing is when I get to these significant levels, when it pulls back, I'll go ahead and dump some money in. $1 grand, $2 grand, and that has actually worked pretty well for me. So just loosely using TA in terms of finding support and resistance levels. I have my channel that I'm kind of hanging my hat on. I've been hanging my hat on that for months. And every time that we start working down towards there, then I'll just add a little bit in until we actually lose it. So once we lose that trend, the trend is your friend till the end. We've been talking about that. Once we lose it, then I have to reevaluate and then it might be time to flip. But until then, I'm going to ride this thing up. The biggest thing for me right now is to identify where it is that I want to get out. And that's something that I have to work through. But there is, we've been looking at a series of lower highs. I think once we press up there again, I think that is where I'm going to exit. I'm going to go ahead, take profits there, and then I'm going to reevaluate. If we break the trend, that's great. I'm perfectly fine with that because I can always get back in. And I'm not worried about, losing that incremental amount of gains that I could have gotten if I just kept it through that breakout, right? I'll wait for it to come back and retest that area, flip what was resistance into support, and then I'll probably re-enter at that point. Just want some confirmation that we can see continuation of the upside. That's kind of how I'm kind of gaming it right now. But looking at the liquidation heat map on the weekly, and you can see what I'm talking about here. There's not much liquidity up to the top side, so do not be surprised if you do see a little bit of a cool off after that move that we had today. All right, so that's what we got on the liquidation heat map. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to FD today. Give me an opportunity to kind of set up in the background since I've been kind of manipulating things here on the front side, getting everything squared away. So FD, you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. You got it, man.
Cool, man. So, I mean, after this move today, man, all I can say is, what's next? What's next? So hopefully we can just continue to move up. So right now we're hitting our head on this little bit of resistance here. We came up to about 66,000, I think 400 today. Yeah. So that'll be like our first area of resistance. We shot above this 200. This is what we've been talking about for like the past couple weeks. I'm like, we have to break above this 200-day simple moving average, and we have to do so convincingly. I want to hold dailies. I want to hold multiple dailies, and then hold the weekly, and then or we just blast right through it and just keep going and hold, things above that as support. So right now we have to break above this $66,400 level. So I think we can possibly, test that tomorrow if the market can continue to stay bullish. And like I said, if the market can continue to stay bullish going into the election. Let's look at scenarios though. Let's look at scenarios because we always have to have, some sort of plan A, B, C, D, sometimes. So if we do get rejected here, I'll be looking at this will be a great entry point for me, the $64,500 to $64,600 level. So this could just be a range right now. If we could just do this, if we could just range in between these two, this 66.4 and this 64 what's that 64.5 or 64.6 area, that will be fine with me as long as we stay above this 64.7, 64.8 K level, then that'll be good. So what am I really ultimately looking for? So this is what I was looking for when I did a little bit of measured moves, and I did let me delete that, and I did a little bit of TA while you were talking. Let me go over here. So like we've been saying, we've been making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So right now, what I'm looking at, nope, we need to go to the hourly so we can get a zoomed in view. I'm looking at this move here. I'm looking at this move right here. So if you look closely, this move that we had, we were under this 200, under the 200. I said we need to break above this 200. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this downward sloping trend line. I'm gonna take this. Boom. What do you see? Bull flag. Now, where is this bull flag taking us? Usually when I see these and I do measure moves, I want to see where is this bull flag taking us. And if it has confluence, then I think this is a legitimate pattern, a legitimate bull flag. So if I take this, extrapolate it up, where does it go? Right to the top of the downward sloping trend line, basically coming in at this 67.5 to 67 to 68K level. So that's just what I really want to see right now is to come up, hold this first line as support. Maybe we do bounce in between those two price points, but ultimately break above this $66,400 level, break above this 67K area, the 67 to 68K area, and then make our way back up to these all-time highs. That's really when I'll really start to get, very, very bullish. So right now, it's like, okay, I was a little bit in the middle. I still have my sentiment bias, talking about October, the last couple of weeks of October usually gets bullish, but now I'm a little bit more bullish than in the middle. So right now I'm going to hopefully, ride this sentiment. Hopefully sentiment can continue. Hopefully price action can continue to make its way forward. And hopefully we can get back to this 72, 73K area. And I think within this week and next week, I think we have a good shot of getting back up here. And once we flip this, once we pull, once we come up, let's say we come up right here, use that as support, flip that. Well, let me do that because this is going to have to come like that. Flip this back down to come and use this as support, then this is when I think we can start to really get bullish. And then I'm thinking, I know TradeFly said 88K is his top. If the market really gets to moving, it'll be, I can see 100K by the end of the year. Like it hasn't been, talked about that much because we have so much, bearishness coming on. But if the market really gets to ramping up, and I think if one candidate wins, I think we could have 10, 20K weeks in Bitcoin getting up. So if we get to 70, I could see like an 80 or 90K in like a week or two, really, once the market gets really that bullish. Then we have another thing coming in, which is the Santa rally, so to say. And then, it just all, if the stars align, I do think, Bitcoin can get up there. But we just take it a step at a time, take it a day at a time, and hopefully everything works out. And if Bitcoin starts to do that, I mean, altcoins are going to move, and we know which sectors have been moving, the fastest: meme coins, AI. A lot of people are starting to say gaming is coming, gaming is starting to move. I talked about Super, I think it was last week or the week before last, and the new game just came out. I think it was on PlayStation 3, Off the Grid, that is going to, in the future, incorporate crypto. I think on AVAX, or I think, I'm not sure which chain they're going to use, but Off the Grid is one of the ones that has been, people have been talking about. The gamers who are not even in crypto have been talking about. So I think in the future they're going to start integrating, crypto and NFTs and things like that. So gaming may make a charge. All it takes is a little bit of speculation and a little bit of news, a little bit of the mainstream talking about it, and it can get to moving. So if you think gaming is going to start to run, start to position yourself, because it is looking like glimpses of gaming starting to move. So that's just what I'm looking at right now. And of course, Dogecoin. I haven't forgot about Dogecoin. It hasn't been moving, but if the stars align, if Trump gets in, I think Elon Musk is going to have a clear path to do what he wants to do, with his payment system on X and just other things. So I think Dogecoin will run too. So that's pretty much just what I'm looking at for Bitcoin.
Right on, man. I'm gonna do kind of a little rapid fire TA. Not gonna get too into the weeds on anything here, because there are a couple things I want to visit here. But let's give a couple shout outs, man. Have a couple late arrivers here in the chat here. Mr. J is my dude. I just want to give him a shout out. Say what's up. Crypto Candy, how you doing? John Germain, how you doing? Let's see. Anybody else in here that I don't see as much? We got Cash Oak. Been seeing you a couple times here recently. Just want to say what's up. Crypto Crag, how you doing? Flat Smacks in the house. How you doing? All set in here. And my man, Clayt the Great with the hootie who. Who else do we got? Anyone else? The Dusty Hunt. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Falco's in here. Look at that, man. I'm seeing some new names. I like it. I like it. This is good to see, man. I didn't even put an X post out. I was up against the timeline here trying to get everything out. But let's go ahead and start looking at some TA here. Let's get it. All right. So Bitcoin, couple little areas that I want you to kind of look at here. And it's really like, look where we had resistance before at about 66.6, right? So 66.6, you're up there. You're kind of retesting that area right now. All right. And then you have confluence, right? You got two trend lines. You got intersecting trend lines, essentially. All right. So if we work through this area, I would be very, very careful. All right. So this trend line right here is the series of lower highs. If you zoom out just a little bit, you can see the series of lower highs working its way down. And this one right here is just a long-standing trend line that kind of goes back left all the way until we made this move back in February. So when we started this this range, we'll say, that is another trend line that I've been looking at. You can see rejection, but it keeps working up. So trends within trends, my friends. Trend right now, short term, is actually bullish. All right, so we're kind of stair stepping, and I think we may have mentioned that. I don't know if I mentioned that here or maybe somewhere else on the morning show. But golden pocket, come down, 0.5, come down, and then we'll say we might skip the old 0.382, but 0.236 came down in that area. So it's kind of stair stepping its way up. That's a bullish little pattern we got going on right now for Bitcoin. But we are now getting some very key areas of resistance. Not surprised to see a quick move after breaking the 200 though. Break that 200 SMA, that's big things to come. A lot of people will get bullish on that, and they're probably looking for the 50 to start working its way up, man. You could get a bullish cross. I mean, that's typically bullish, right? Long term. So we'll see. The problem with that sometimes that these are delayed, right? So price action has already made a move, and then you get that cross, and then people get excited. So be ready for that. All right. DJT, I talked about this, I think, on the morning show. All right, look at it. This is craziness. All right, so Trump, this is purely sentiment. I think we had a discussion. Someone was asking, what is sentiment? And I think FD actually explained that. So it was on this show. We did talk about DJT because I was like, hey, the news right now for Trump is bullish, right? Like mostly if you see some of the news, he's running away with the polls at this point. So what do? You start finding things that are associated with that guy. This is one of them. All right. The Trump Media and Technology Group. Whenever there's good news with Trump, this thing runs. All right. So unbiased, not saying like who I care about, like in terms of the election. This is just facts. So when news is good, this runs. That Trump coin, I think, is out there. I think that's running as well. I haven't really looked at that, but look, you got a hit of bullish divergence on the daily, right? So that's a nice one. You got a reversal, you got a peak seeker, you got bullish divergence, and then you got good news all wrapped in one. That is a recipe for takeoff. All right, so it's moving up. I think the 200 SMA is within reach. That's going to be at about $34 for Trump Media Group. All right, let's go over to Polygon Matic. We've been talking about that a little bit because Retro Mike Tech, his bots got him in a trade, unfortunately. But good news. All right, we're getting over that 50-day moving average, or sorry, the 50 SMA on the 4-hour, not the 50-day, but the 50 SMA. Depends on how you look at this. If you look at this with the Heikinashi, this is actually a bullish divergence. So I'm not really sure why this didn't print out on the 4-hour with the candles, but regardless, to me, looks like bullish divergence. You got price action coming down. And then maybe that's just a little bit lower. That might be the reason for it. But regardless, you got basically a double bottom here. You got the reversal here, and this kind of triggered on Sunday, and then you got a nice move up. What I would look for here is breaking this area, and we have. So not only did you break a horizontal level of resistance, you also broke the 50 SMA on the 4 hour. This is what you want to see. You want to see it break that. You want to see it retest, and then you would like to see it continue its move. Two things to look at for Polygon Matic. You got this horizontal level of resistance right here. That's at about 38 cents. And then you have the 200 SMA about 39 cents. So Mike, for you, if that gets you back into the profit on your trade, that's probably where I would exit, because I would be looking for a rejection there. And I don't think you'll want to get back into it because Polygon Matic's not a big mover, right? So if you did want to get into it or back into it, wait till it breaks, get out here, wait till it breaks, look for that retest, OC retest, and then we'll look for a blast off. Boom. So that is 3 things that I want to look at real quick on my charts. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to FD, see what he's got.
So we talked about Ethereum last week, and we gave 2 scenarios. Let me actually go back to Ethereum. So we gave 2 scenarios that can play out, for Ethereum, and the one that the least likely one played out, because we were talking about that head and shoulders, but we did say that it just depended on how Bitcoin moved and how, like, I haven't touched this since the crypto nightcap. I don't even trade Ethereum no more. I just bought it and I've been holding it. So anything I write on or anything I draw on the crypto nightcap is pretty much going to stay there when it comes to Ethereum. So, I mean, look at what we did. I drew out this scenario. If we broke down from this head and shoulders, saying we were going to go back to about 2050, 2060, or we said our other scenario, which we were going to break out. We had the downward sloping trend line. We had this horizontal coming in. We said we were going to retest, and we were going to go up and make our way back up to 2,700. So what did we do? I mean, we followed plan B basically perfectly, and I wasn't even paying attention. But if you trade Ethereum and you watch this, then kudos to you. You could have got a good trade. So we said we were going to break out, retest, go up. We broke out, retest here, not right there. So it's not going to play out perfectly, but we did get that retest after the breakout, and now we're making our ascension back up, and we're on the 4 hour. And if you look at the hourly, what are we doing right here? Let's actually delete this now. What are we doing right here? I don't even have to draw anything. It looks like we're making some sort of a flag right after this strong move. So the next move will be possibly or probably, that's the word I want to use, back up to where our target is at this purple bar at about 27 to 2800. So Ethereum has been lagging. A lot of people have thrown in the towel for Ethereum, but I'm not throwing in the towel for Ethereum. It's on the big players radar, and if it's on the big players radar, it has an ETF. There are layer ones that work a lot better, gas fees and whatnot wise, and it has Solana has been catching up, Sui has been growing. So Ethereum does have did have first mover advantage, but I think with that being said, a lot of people and a lot of big players still have a lot of faith in Ethereum. So maybe Ethereum is not going to 50,000 like a lot of people say, but you also have to think about, when I think of things, or when I think of crypto and how long-term investing in crypto, I think of do I think this crypto is going to stand the test of times? And I think this crypto is going to stand the test of times, it can turn from a trade into an investment. So I think Ethereum will stand the test of times. Will we get these huge returns as fast as we want? Maybe not, but do I think it's going to stand the test of times? Yes. So I will hold my Ethereum. I'm invested in Ethereum. I'm not trying to trade it to make a 10x, tomorrow. I'm just going to hold my Ethereum. The big players are behind it. We have an ETF. We do have things that's coming out with the developers and things, upgrades to the system and upgrades to the blockchain rather. So we'll just have to wait and see. I've been holding it this long. I'm still in profit, massive, well, not massive profit, but pretty good profit. If I was new, would I buy Ethereum? I don't know. It's probably more, coins that you can get bigger pumps with a greater risk to reward. But like I said, a lot of those coins, are they going to stand the test of times? And it's only really a handful of coins that I think will or can, have or do have a higher probability of standing the test of times. And a lot of them people don't like XRP. Love it or hate it, it stood the test of times. Like XRP is not going anywhere. We can say that. Dogecoin, love it or hate it, it's probably not going anywhere. It stood the test of times. Of course, we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum, we have Litecoin. love it or hate it, it stood the test of time. So when I talk about investing for crypto, I'm looking for things that's going to stand the test of times, as opposed to being like, just swing trades or things like that. So Ethereum looking like we're gonna come back up to this. I think that's the 50-day, and then we also have Confluence coming in with our purple bar at about 27.50. So be looking out for a move, another probably $100 move in Ethereum if the market can continue bullish. So shout out to if you took that trade, if were paying attention last week and you paid attention to scenario B, that actually played out to a T, and now we're still making our way back up.
Right on. I got a Phantom pulled up right now. I think it was, I want to say Cash Oak that was asking about Phantom. He was looking at the flag right here, and he was asking if it could go up to 88 cents. Absolutely. It could go up to 80 cents. Here is the issue right now. All right, you're at an area of resistance. You have a zone of resistance between 72, 76 cents, horizontal levels. All right, just go back left on the chart. You can see right here, you got resistance. All right. And that's just kind of lining up with where we're at right now. You can see multiple hits. I mean, we're talking about 7, 8, 9 times we've tested this area horizontal level. However, you do see a trend up and right. Okay, so if you're looking at this right now, click the wrong thing there, but you see the trend up and right RSI. We're building strength going into this move with multiple retests. There is an opportunity to break. I will say, especially if the rest of crypto continues its push up and right. But we have had a pretty nice move. If you really come down in here and look at it, you had a very, very clear level of support here. That's indicated by that green line up. That is a 16% move from very clear support. You had the 200 SMA that you're on top. You got the OC retest that we always talk about this, right? This is what we're talking about. Get over top of it, OC retest, boom, up right, 16%. That's the play. Not something I took because I wasn't really looking at Phantom, but if you are looking at Phantom, that is the thing that you're looking for right there. That's what you want to see. All right, so you got that move up, and now resistance. There's a little zone. All right, so you could make a move up to 76 cents. You see this wick off of here. That is showing you there is selling pressure in that area of 76 cents. Be very, very careful. If it does push up, you could get a rejection. Now, that all being said, if we break through, yeah, measured move is going to take you up over 80 cents easily on that flag. All right, so up to 84 cents is probably where I would look at, but you got to make it past 76 before you talk 84, obviously. But that's an area of resistance that we're looking for to actually break before we could see, yeah, we're going to hit 80 cents, 84 cents before I think that's in play. So be very, very careful here in this area. Not a bad area to exit if this is where you got in. If you're trying to hold for a little bit longer, that's up to you. That's a game you play. That'll be up to you. All right, so do your own research there. But that's kind of what I'm looking at on Phantom. And then what else you got? You got anything else, FD?
I got one more for the
pass it back, man. Rapid fire. We're doing it different.
I got one
tonight.
more for the nightcap. So if you're not following me over on X, make sure you follow me. Same name at FD White Invest. We talked about Ondo. I said Ondo breaks out of this downward sloping trend line and this horizontal, this yellow horizontal. It's on there. Go check. I got the post still on there. We're going to 85 cents. So right now, I mean, we kind of played it out. We broke out a little bit, small little retest. I thought we were going to come up a little bit more, but we did break out here, retest here. You have to probably zoom in for a sniper's view. Let's go to the 15 to see what we did here with this line. So yeah, we broke out, came back to retest a little bit, and now we're making our way up to this 85 cent area. So like I said, all of it predicates or all of it has will be dictated by Bitcoin keeping up, or the overall market. Because right now Bitcoin made a huge move. So if Bitcoin, matter of fact, because I can get a little bit more information, where's Bitcoin dominance at? So Bitcoin dominance is at 58. So this tells me a lot about what altcoins could potentially do. Looks like it started to roll over today. Then we got a nice little pour into altcoins, probably coming up to some sort of support right now. So let me go back to Ondo. So if Bitcoin dominance could probably, we do have the 50-day coming up. So if Bitcoin dominance could, we can't really use that. If Bitcoin dominance can roll over, let's say another probably down to about 57.90, 57.80. And just stay around where it is price wise, I think altcoins can have another strong move to the upside, because that's what I really like to see. I like to see Bitcoin move because I think this is the most healthy, the most healthiest way for the market to move is, Bitcoin move, then it consolidates with Bitcoin dominance rolling over a little bit, and then altcoins move. So if that can happen, Bitcoin dominance can, roll over for, a little bit, and Bitcoin can remain, in some sort of range, some sort of tight range without, crashing, so to say. I think Ondo could easily make his way back up to this 85 cent area. And this 85 cent area is a huge, huge support resistance flip, a huge SR flip that has been acting as ever since we, started flirting with it back in March. So this is the level I'm looking at. Ondo breaks and holds 85 cent, then it's off to the races. It's going to be off to the races. And like I said, I'm behind a lot of the coins that the big players are behind. So this is one of them. Ondo. We always talk about how BlackRock is, behind Ondo, how the real world asset class is going to do good, hopefully. So this is one that I'm looking at. I do think we have a little bit more to go. Right now we're at 75 cents. So if we get another 10 cent push, that means Bitcoin has probably broken up to about 67K. And then, Bitcoin dominance started to roll over after that. So I'll be looking at Ondo. That's probably one of my next things that I'll be looking at. Probably have to zoom in and get a better entry just to see where we're at. But Ondo to 85 cent, flip 85 cent, then it's off to the races. That means the crypto market is bullish. So if you want a North Star of how the crypto market is doing that nobody else is talking about, Ondo over 85. If Ondo is over 85, the overall market is bullish, like very bullish. So keep Ondo on your radar. And back to my I was just thinking about Retro Mike Tech and Polygon Matic or things like that. There's a lot of layer twos that are starting to, come out and starting to make a lot of noise. So if the layer two narrative gets hot, it doesn't even matter if what Poly or Pole or Matic is doing. If the sector gets hot, it's gonna run. So hopefully the market stays how it used to be, where the sectors got hot, and then it didn't even matter what the coin did or what, where the coin was at the moment. Once the sector gets hot, then all the coins will run. You just got to make sure, like, if one runs, you get to the next one, that one will run, or hopefully they don't all run at the same time. But I have seen a lot of layer twos starting to come out and starting to gain a little bit of traction. So I try to stay 2 or 3 steps ahead of what the masses are doing right now in crypto. Is player versus player, because we don't really have that many new liquidity coming in when it comes to a lot of these altcoins. So just be on the lookout for layer twos. If they do start to run, be looking out for Matic or Pole, whatever they're calling it these days, to have a nice significant run. And Pole, Matic, whatever it's called, if it gets over 50 cent, that's a good sign. So anything over 50 cent, okay, now we're back talking. Now it's off life support. So it still has a long way to go, but anything over 50 cent for that, that probably means the market is looking really good.
Oh man, let's see. I think I got one more I'm going to look at here. I saw this in the chat. Somebody said they were here for Tau, BitTensor. All right, so let's kind of go back and look at the history here and look at something that we did. I'll say we didn't miss. Definitely talked about at one point, but you can see it came down in golden pocket here. You see RSI was trending up and right with that second hit. That was a nice entry, and this thing took off. Could never have expected to take off the way that it did. That is a crazy move just from the golden pocket to current level. We're sitting at 170%. That is only September 7th. September 7th. Let that sink in. You 170% move from the golden pocket. All right, so that is that. Let's go ahead and turn that one off, and let's start looking at some of these fib extensions, right? So what you could do from this low to the high here and then the pullback, you're like, all right, where can we go? Well, you see the 786, you got the 200 SMA, and look at the rejection that you had here. That was selling a lot of selling pressure. So people took profits at that point, and you could see that wick. But it was not to be denied. It continued its push up, and then it got over the 200 SMA, and this thing just rocket shipped up. And now we're at kind of current level. So we're like, all right, again, we're still trying to figure out where can this go? Where can it go? It's kind of hard to make that prediction, right? But you can see the obvious areas of resistance that you're starting to get up to. But if you believe in BitTensor, you think it's going to continue to move, that is on you, whether you kind of hold into price discovery. I'm not that kind of guy. I usually get out at all-time highs or somewhere around there. And then we kind of take a back seat and kind of see where we're going from there. If we get into price discovery, cool. A lot of times we'll come back and retest that all-time high or that area that was resistance flipping into support, and then it could be an opportunity to get back in. So again, let's go ahead and look at the next fib extension. Now this one takes the whole range into account. All right, so again, we're trying to figure out where we can go here. Now the whole range. All right, so bottom to top and back down here. You could see the 618. All right, so that was definitely an area that it was interacting with. It was trying to hold support on top of it. Ultimately, it did. But the thing that I don't like that I'm seeing right now, so okay, you're over the 786. That's cool. But what I don't like is you're now getting these constant hits of bearish divergence on the daily. You're getting into, well, not really overbought here, but you have the trend reversals. All right. Reversal, trend reversals. There you go. You got trend reversals, and then you just see kind of RSI kind of working its way down. So be very, very careful where you're at right now for Tau. It's really hard for me to say like where it's going to go. The best thing to do is like, okay, look back left on the chart, see where you're seeing horizontal levels of resistance. Let's see here. Let's see what Dynamics Pro is looking at here. You're in a rising wedge there. So it looks like it's tightening. But these, I think, typically break out to the downside. So again, just adding to confluence here, what you're seeing with the bearish divergence, it's more likely to break to the downside than to the upside. Let's see. Yeah, of course, the dynamic reactors to the bottom. Nothing to write home about there. VWAPs to the bottom. Moving averages are to the bottom. All right. So everything is kind of to the bottom side of price action. That's good in terms of the price moving up, but again, you're getting a little overextended in my mind. I would just, again, I would say word of caution. That's all I can really say for this. Nothing too crazy. I mean, you can see the clear resistance here. All right, so that's a huge wick. I wouldn't get too tight around that, but these two hits right here. Last time we were seeing this, it wasn't really a divergence. Let me see here. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Yeah, so it is. I mean, you got that second hit up there, and then you can see how the RSI was just tanking. You're seeing something similar, but you were seeing it really here. It did pull back, but ultimately it made its move up. So it's looking kind of strong. It's trying to fight against everything, set in technical analysis. So, maybe there is a underlying narrative here for BitTensor that is strong. People must believe in it because it is just fighting everything TA right now, but nothing too crazy, man. It's hard. Once we start making moves like this, it's hard to be like, this is where it's going to go. I start looking at areas of resistance, and that's kind of where I make my plays based on those horizontal levels. So, cool. That's BitTensor FD. I think it's about time to wrap it up, man, unless you got something that you are just dying to talk about.
No, not necessarily. Yeah, well, I got one more, really quick,
more?
really quick. I want.
Somebody's asking about
people to
Gary
put this-
Network. I mean,
I never heard.
I've never heard of it, but I will pull it up.
I mean, it's so many coins being created. Like I love to hear. I love to hear new things because then it just puts it on my radar. But I was talking about stacks, and
Okay.
I want to bring up stacks
Push it over to you.
because okay, so I want to bring up Stacks is because Stacks has acted as a proxy for Bitcoin movement, not as of late, but at the beginning of this cycle, at the beginning of the bull run, so to say, Stacks was just a proxy of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin went up, 2-3%, Stacks was up 10%. So what I'm looking at right now, Stacks is still below its 200-day simple moving average. We also have a downward sloping trend line coming in that started all the way back in June. We also have a couple horizontals coming in. So about that $2 level, $1.97 to $2. That's what I'll be looking at. So if you're looking for something that's going to move and move hard when it does break out, be looking out for Stacks to potentially come up, hold this 200-day SMA, hold this downward sloping trend line, hold these couple horizontals that's coming in, and potentially make its way for a strong move. And like I said, this is a Bitcoin proxy play. So once Bitcoin gets to moving and Bitcoin gets to moving, today was a good day, but in the bull run, man, I'm trying to tell you, if you haven't experienced, well, you've experienced if you've seen, the beginning of the year. So I think that was just a precursor to what could potentially happen, but always keep these proxy plays on your radar. And I think Stacks is probably one of the, the biggest proxy plays of Bitcoin that you can have. So like I said, you have 3 levels of confluence coming in, 3 levels of resistance, confluence coming in, So if that breaks out, if you have this much resistance, this much confluence of resistance, and it does break out, look out.
Cool, man. I'm like reading up on Gary Network right now just because I'm not super familiar with it. Does look like community sentiment is bullish right now. It says the largest Web3 live streaming platform. So I'm not really sure like who runs it, who's kind of in, I don't know much about the community, to be honest. This is kind of the first I've heard about it. So we'll look at it on the chart. But again, don't know a whole lot about it. All right, got it pulled up on the daily. Now, this is kind of scary, man. If you're looking at this, your daily, your 4-hour, your 60-minute is all bearish. So let's look at a coin that has kind of a similar structure right now. And Retro Mike Tech, I'm sorry to do this, but Matic kind of has a similar structure. That's at least bullish on the 60. If you look at a lot of these other tokens, let's look at something like WIF. Yeah, so daily, 4-hour, 60-minute, all bullish. Let's look at Tau. All bullish. Let's look at Ondo. Daily is the only thing that hasn't flipped yet, but it's close. It's in sight, right? You got the 60, the 4-hour. Daily's next. Gary's right across the board. So B, this is tough, man. I mean, you can see where that is likely an area of support, but it's even getting under kind of like where it started for MEXC at least. I mean, that's tough. Like, so it started here at somewhere around 42 cents, and now we're at less than 1 cent, man. This is got some Luna vibes going on right now. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to say here. Like with Gary, you're gonna want to break some of these like major like areas of resistance. So you have the dynamic reactor here. This is a chart prime specific oscillator here. Or not an oscillator, but a moving average. It's like an algorithmic moving average. You want to get over top of that. You want to get over top the 200 SMA before you could really kind of turn bullish or even kind of think there's going to be some upside with Gary. Because right now, I mean, it's just been resistance. It's been resistance since here in April. That stuff, man. I can't really say that I would recommend getting into Gary if you're in there already. So where you at, man? Like, let me know in the chat, like, if you're already in this, if you're already invested, like, in Gary, like, or you're looking to get into Gary, like, tell me where you're at with this. I would say, like, for me, if it's something you're not in already, I wouldn't get in. Like, because it's not even, like, going down to, like, previous support. It's making it's like in price discovery in the opposite direction. And that, for me, is terrifying. Like, that, I wouldn't want to get into something like that, dude. So again, let it break the dynamic reactor, let it break the 200 SMA, and then you could potentially look at getting into it. But right now, I would say stay away from it. That's my personal opinion. May not be what you want to hear, but that's kind of where I'm at. This doesn't look great on the daily. I can look at the 4-hour to see if you have anything like short term, if you're trying to like scalp trade this thing, maybe. I mean, the 4-hour looks a little better than the daily, but it's still a continuation of trend. Even though we're getting a move up, it's not a move up where we're like having a breakout and we're looking for something where, we can have a true breakout with, some movement to the upside. It's still just kind of trending down and right. So be careful there, man. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to beat this one up too much. Just be careful with that. Again, let me know in the chat, like, where you're at with it. And then, that'll kind of give me a little bit better understanding of what you're looking at with this. So, all right. That being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up, man. We gave you guys all kinds of TA today, a lot of rapid fire stuff, just moving through back and forth. If you guys enjoy that, let us know. We can try to continue to do something more like that more often for you guys. Yeah, so I hope everybody's having a good day, man. It was a good one. Hope everybody's portfolio is looking good. I got to check mine, see how it's doing today. But yeah, FD, you got anything for the people on the way out?
Nope. Have a good night. Be prepared for more rapid fire TA tomorrow, man. I think I like that.
There it is, man. Cool. All right, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a blessed evening. Take care. If you enjoyed today's show, like and subscribe, share it out, tell a friend. We would truly appreciate that. We're going to get out of here for the night. You guys take care.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you